Fellas, in this video, I want to talk about why your lack of discipline makes you ugly. First, I want to talk about what discipline is, and I want to talk about how your lack of discipline makes people see you and how it makes you see yourself. All right, let's get right into it. So when I'm talking about discipline, I'm talking about an ability to be able to say no to things, an ability to be able to kind of delay gratification. Okay. And I know we all hear this term and we may not even really know what it means. So let me peel back another layer for you. When you're delaying gratification, it means, for example, say you're trying to save up for something, right? Maybe you're trying to get a new car, trying to get a new spot, whatever, something nice for yourself. You understand that you're not gonna get it tomorrow, right? Or the next day. That it's gonna take you some time to save up the money to be able to get this nice thing that you're trying to get for yourself. So you're delaying the gratification. It's the same thing about going to the gym and working out. When you go to the gym and work out, you don't get your results right then and there on that same day. The gratification doesn't come for a couple weeks or months, when you really start to see like crazy results and you're like, oh shit, I look like a different person. So that's what I mean by like delaying gratification. And that's what I mean by having some discipline, having some patience with yourself. And a lot of us lack these characteristics, which ultimately make us ugly. So when I'm talking about, that you're ugly or attraction or whatever, here's what I mean. When you lack discipline, especially when it comes to your physical presence, this speaks to the world. Okay. It shows people where your level of care for yourself is. All right. So say you see somebody who's heavy set, got man boobs, walks into a room. Naturally, most people are going to judge this dude and look at him and say, he don't give a damn about himself, because his body is a physical representation of that lack of care that he has for himself. And this makes that man ugly. This makes, and I'm using, I know it sounds harsh, but I'm using ugly kind of like, just as a loose term. Like, so this is what I mean by your lack of discipline is making you ugly. Okay. Your body is a physical representation of your dedication to yourself, how much you care about yourself. Of course, the discipline that you have, it shows. It doesn't necessarily show a level of confidence that you have, because you could have a nice physique, have muscles and stuff, and not even necessarily be that confident. But it does display that I don't give a shit about myself. That's what that's what your body is showing people when you're not pouring into yourself in a healthy way. I want you to understand the importance of how you can build your confidence within yourself as a man, all right? And how you can build your masculine like foundation for yourself. And you can do this through working out. Okay? I'm always talking about body game. I'm always talking about working out, getting in the gym. And my channel is not specifically about working out, but what it is about is self-mastery. It's about understanding yourself, man. It's about building yourself up in a way without necessarily needing, some magic pill or needing some trick that's going to get you to feel better about yourself. The trick is to get in the gym and to start lifting some weights and to start transforming your body in a way where you're putting in work and you're putting yourself under pressure and you're molding yourself in a way. That's what this shit is about. And when you're not doing that, your body shows that. Like, naturally, I'm a skinny dude. If I don't work out consistently, or if I fall off for a couple months, which it doesn't really happen, but I'll shrink back up. If I'm not mindful of my eating or my calorie intake, I'll shrink back up. So for me personally, being a naturally super skinny dude, always kind of on the leaner side of things, I have to be disciplined in that way. I have to be disciplined in knowing like what I'm pouring into my body. But also being mindful of like I don't have to beat myself up about it. I'm at that place in my life now where I don't beat myself up. I know when people are just starting out, just getting in the gym, trying to shift their lifestyle, you hold yourself to like, it's gotta be perfect. It's gotta be this way. But as you get older and you get deeper into your journey, you realize that you can miss a day here and there, and you might even be able to miss a week, let your body reset. Back to what I'm saying and how your lack of discipline makes you ugly. If you are going through life as a man and you feel like you're not getting like chosen by women, you feel like you're getting disrespected by your coworkers, if you feel like you're almost just invisible, it's probably because of that, how your physical is being represented out in the world. So if you want to shift that, you gonna have to go shift your physical. You're gonna have to pretty much have an identity shift. You're gonna have to like put some work in. Okay. And this is gonna ultimately boost up your attraction level, not just in the looks sense, but also in your character. People look at you like, okay, this guy is disciplined. This guy cares about himself. So that means I need to show him some care. I need to show him some respect. He looks like he respects himself. So I probably should respect him too. That's kind of the mind trick that happens when you start working out. You start to show to the world that I give a damn about myself, and they start to treat you differently. When you're overweight and you're going through life, you look like somebody who doesn't give a damn about himself, and people are going to treat you accordingly. You're not going to get that level of respect that that other man gets who's hitting the gym. It's just not going to happen unless you like funny as shit, or you got like a super, good talk game or something. You might get that. But if you were trying to really just strengthen who you are, then you need to start lifting some weights and getting in the gym. Because like I said, in the beginning of this video, I want to talk about how discipline, how this affects you and how it affects how people perceive you. Like I said, people are going to see that you respect yourself, right? But it also teaches you to respect yourself. Okay? When you go to the gym after working out, after a long day, that's not easy to do. And that takes a lot of discipline to be able to push through discomfort, push through that lack of motivation, push through the hard days, where I'm not in the mood to go work out. We all have these days. But when you are disciplined, you teach yourself to push through, and people will see this, and you'll see this within yourself. This is going to start to transfer into other things in your life. You'll start to see that you're more capable. You're able to like do hard shit, even when you don't feel like it. And that's going to make you stronger in life. That's going to make you be able to handle challenges and obstacles that are going to get thrown your way. And like I said, when you start becoming disciplined in this way, man, people can't help but recognize it. People can't help but recognize you, because you were starting to recognize yourself in a way. You were starting to say, damn, I actually trained myself to stop eating shit all the time. I actually trained myself to start going to bed at a decent time, because I know that if I want to show up in this world, physically show up in this world in a way where I'm taken seriously, then I have to shift some things in my life. I have to be mindful of what I'm eating, mindful of the time that I go to sleep, mindful of my alcohol intake, mindful of the people I surround myself with. You got to be mindful of a bunch of different things. And that hard work is building up your discipline, which is ultimately going to make you more attractive. So I hope this video provided you with some value. If it did, please smash the like button. Also, leave me some comments. Let me know what you thought about this video. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you know when I make more videos just like this. All right, make sure y'all check out the playlist on Body Game. I'll be sure to leave that on the screen or in the description for you, all right? And I'll see you on the next video. Peace.